welcome back to the podcast.
Ooh.
Today, we have me
Or
and Sam as usual. We have Haika,
again.
again. We have, and for the first time, we have Nate and Sophia B.
What's up?
He's
Let's
here.
go. Kill me.
Okay, I'm back. Not that anyone missed me, but I'm back.
Alright, well, we started the podcast while you were gone. So, yeah, we are recording right now.
Oh,
Okay. So, Fortnite.
A lot has happened since the last podcast. Okay. New seats
A lot.
new seats in both social studies and Spanish.
kill him.
Thoughts
No, can
thoughts
you-
on the seats.
no, that-
I'm
No,
just saying.
the
Nate
only
doesn't know what's
person I
happening.
talk,
What?
the
Nate
only person I talk to around this case, it's it.
In Spanish?
No. Yes,
And
but then
Joey.
I try to
What
talk
about
to Sam
Joey? You also talk to
a
Joey.
little bit.
You don't really talk to me. I'm
My Spanish class is cursed.
No, I
tried
tried to talk to Sam, and then the kid next to me was like, "Can we work now?"
Oh my god, is that... I'm not gonna say
Who's
it.
next to
Never
you?
mind. I
Who's
almost
next
said
to
his
you?
name. I almost said his
Who's
name.
next to you?
I
Who's sitting
did.
next to you?
it's Lucas, right?
Yeah. How dare you
Yeah.
disrespect
Lu-
Lucas? How dare you?
Lucas is. We literally make
He's-
fun of him to the point where he like is. He's not sad, but he's proud.
Frog.
What?
He's proud.
He's cool. He's cool. I should ask him first trimester Spanish. It was okay.
Yeah, we were like,
Ew.
Aaliyah made fun of Lucas or something in Korean actions, and everyone started screaming at Aaliyah.
Oh.
Funny.
Which Aaliyah?
Aaliyah Reyes.
You need to turn down your microphone somehow.
Dude,
Who, me?
the worst
Yes, you.
ever. Ew.
I'm trying to get as quiet as possible.
You know, I'm just gonna turn you down. I'm turning you down manually.
Okay.
Thanks.
Manually.
That's fun.
Yeah, you
Oh.
just right click on them and you can edit their user bar.
Android quality, I hate it so much!
Alright, now you're not that loud anymore.
It's so.
I put you at 70% volume.
I put it 72.
And now you sound actually like decently quiet.
So Nate, Nate, I'm gonna ask this question once. Dick or balls?
Dick.
Both.
No.
Honestly,
I answered
honestly,
Dude,
Honestly,
probably I'd
both.
go with
Shut
the
up, Micah.
second one.
I say dick. I feel like balls is just like worse.
Yeah.
By a lot.
I say
Hello,
both.
gamers. Hello, gamer barometers. Ever just? Oh, are we talking about the flags? I'm getting. Oh, on Springfield trip, we made a thing where it's Case and I are gonna wear flags for capes.
Yep, I'm Sweden, of course.
I'm taking the Italian flag, and we're gonna fucking wear them.
I could also be Estonia if I really wanted to. Should I be Estonia?
I was thinking of getting the Israeli flag, but I'm thinking that might cause some trouble.
Yeah,
Why is that even? Why I don't understand why that is funny.
My parents
Because
won't let me buy it.
The
For
thing is, it's so fucking out of place. It doesn't even like. That's kind of my vibe. It's just so out of place that it's just fucking stupid. I don't know.
That's,
All right,
that's
creeper
you.
mask.
That's you. You're so
My
out
creeper-
of place that
My
it's just
creeper helmet's
stupid.
right here. I can wear it.
Oh my god.
Like on my Spanish thing, for like the Thanksgiving thing, I put a Russian flag. Why not?
All right,
yeah,
guys, we're
yeah, I
gonna
put mine holding a Swedish flag and all its feathers were yellow and
this
yellow
this
and
And the
this
foot
podcast is
blue.
special edition. This podcast is special edition because we're finally gonna find out what race Sam is.
What do you mean?
Sam,
Well,
the spotlight is on you.
we already know.
Wow.
Sam is Sam.
No
Italy
one
is
cares.
Italian and
Just
like,
Southern European fascists.
yeah.
So Sam's a mutt. Sam's a multi
It's a
brew.
Southern
No.
European mutt.
Yeah, just Southern Europe.
Dude, I'm like a mix of a bunch of random countries.
You're just
Yeah,
Northern
me too.
You're just Northern European. Okay.
No, cause I'm Turkish.
Whoa.
Like 10%.
Doesn't count.
Fine.
Doesn't count.
Does not count.
I'm also German.
I'm mostly British.
I'm mostly Swedish, Estonian, and Irish.
You're British?
Yes, I'm British, mate. I have ancestors that came here from the Mayflower.
Save mine for you.
I have some ancestors that came here, like, on colonist boats, like the Mayflower.
Mine were not colonized.
What was his name? His or her name?
I don't know.
Ah.
Well, then you don't have colonists.
Oh, you mean my, like my ancestors?
Yeah, that's
Brigham.
what I said.
Brigham. That
What?
was their last name. Brigham. Brigham.
Brigham.
That was
Brigham.
Left Europe.
That's a pretty British name. That was my mom's parents.
Chilton. James
That's
Chilton.
my mom's maiden name.
Your
James
family are a bunch of
Chilton.
nerds. Mine's
James
fucking stayed in
Chilton.
Europe like men.
Yeah, some of them came here, and then like some people, like some of my
That's the word I'll
family.
go.
Some of my family came here like way later. Like I remember, like my great grandpa. Like I heard, like he like came to America. He didn't like even like come to America until like the like late 1800s, like 1880.
My great grandpa was the one who immigrated to America.
Really.
Yeah, just great.
My great grandpa was from. He was from Germany.
Your mom.
No, dude,
Whoa.
you just shut your mouth, Case. You're gay. No one cares.
Shut up. You're the one that asked to be on this podcast.
I'm kidding. Relax.
Relax, man. Come on. Just joke. Oh, you guys don't know.
Micah, is that your dog? In that picture?
No.
No, okay.
You're fucking. Are you Mexican? Got a chihuahua and shit. We should be focusing on what fucking hike it is. What the fuck are you?
What is that?
Are you? Fried shrimp.
It's just
You know
his
the
dick.
fried shrimp.
Yummy.
What is happening in
Everybody,
chat?
everybody, this is audio. So for everyone who's
Yeah.
listening to audio, just look at your phone and search for the fried shrimp emoji.
There's a fried shrimp emoji. Do it on Discord. That would be more accurate, but it's probably still accurate on
I know
Apple.
it's so funny.
Looks like a dick with lips.
I know.
Lips.
Like the balls.
Whoa.
Like
Wait,
it
read out.
extends out.
Case.
That's
so,
just the
you
low
call me a
quality
hoe.
molester moon.
So, Case, you call me a hoe.
What?
You call me a hoe over Instagram.
I call everyone hoes. Because everyone's a hoe.
Me?
Including me. I'm a hoe. I admit to hoism. Everyone.
I'm
Hoism?
a hoe.
I heard iPhone. What is that?
Jesus.
You ever look at the comment emoji? Because that's also a thing apparently.
I think if I take off my pop filter and just blow into my microphone, how do you think that would sound? Oh my god! Jesus.
It's not that loud.
Alright, listen to my. Listen to my.
That was loud.
I'm turning the gain all the way up.
Oh no.
Okay.
Check out the case.
Wait, can you yell something?
Case.
Like, that funny, Mike?
Case, look at the emoji. It's Black Fairy.
Woman Fairy Tone 5. Case, I need to yell. I don't like. I
That's
need you
amazing.
to yell ban Ant Venom and that with that.
Ban and Venom? Why?
Yeah, with the really bad audio quality.
Ah.
Alright, with like the really high gain.
Yeah.
Alright, this high?
Yeah, that's it.
There we go. I don't know.
I don't understand.
I don't
Because
know
you
what
guys
got
not
out
watch
of that.
SMP
I
Live.
learned it.
That's like
Wait.
a straight OG SMP Live meme. So like this guy J Shot, he wanted Ant Venom banned because he liked the music disc style.
Africa.
Okay, so there's an emoji called non.
No water, no water.
Dude, Stall
Called
the music disc. I
non-potable
feel
water.
like Stall, you either love it or you hate it. Like, I feel like I hate it because the beginning is like decent, but then you get to like the screeching recorder flute type thing, which is like, and it gets annoying.
What do you mean it's the best? The fucking recorder. The fucking ear rape recorder.
Yeah, some people really like it, like Joey Duff and
Nate.
Richie. They both
Oh,
really
can I
like
talk about my
songs.
progress in my invasion of communists?
Africa.
I was not told about this invasion. Explain your invasion.
So I found the communist Discord server. I'm like,
Oh
oh,
no, I do remember this.
yeah, and I was like, okay, and I was trying to rise in the ranks and shit, and I'm trying. I'm really trying. So, and I don't know why.
I joined.
I'm not a communist. I'm just saying.
I've been banned from 13 different Discord servers.
I'm pretty sure one of them was a vegan one. I remember this.
Yeah,
and you put up a
vegan
picture of
one.
meat.
One of
I remember that one.
3 of them were feminist Discords.
How long have I been on mute?
You have. Oh, were you
For a
talking all
long-
the time?
A long time.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh my
Right.
god.
I was just talking. I was like, why can't anyone like respond? And I checked. I was on mute the whole time. I'm a dumbass bitch.
Or Ticonderoga. Oh, what do you guys know about? Dude, what do you guys like?
Dumbass poor fucking cunt.
Wait.
It's me.
Sam, ask your question.
It's me.
Do you guys actually need social studies? Like, I don't at all. I already know everything.
I don't need it, but like, it's kind of fun because it's just like, since Miss Brzezinski's so nice, it's kind of just a period to relax.
I already know. I already know like everything.
She's not one of those teachers like Miss Schultz. Like, I have mixed feelings about her.
What are you
I-
talking about? She's trash.
I do
I love
not like
Schultz.
her. People say like she's nice, and she is nice, but she fucking overloads you with work and doesn't listen to your opinion.
Honestly.
Have
though.
you heard of Mr. Mason?
I don't have.
Bruh, get out of here with your Mr. Mason garbage.
With your
Shut up.
your fucking
She
regular-
said the
He's
average for
terrible.
most of our tests was C.
Oh, I
She
got a
said
C.
that's what we should expect to get.
Yeah, I got a C
Oh
on mine.
yeah, and I got a D before corrections, but
I
I
got a
did.
C. Before corrections. I
On
got-
what?
Yeah,
On
but
what?
on the test, the unit test, dude, everyone got a bad grade on that.
Oh yeah, on the unit test I got a C before corrections.
Wait, I wanna. Did you see what grade that you got after corrections?
No.
No,
They should have
not
power
yet.
schools. Did they do power schools?
I probably got at least a C plus. I would be pretty like okay with C plus on that.
Did they do power
I'm looking at T2 grade. My T2 grade for Miss Schultz is
Are they actually in yet? I don't
A
think-
minus. Oh, what did you guys get on your Miss Schultz quiz today?
100%.
I got 100% too.
It was actually like not that hard.
Yeah, it was easy. Sam, what'd you get?
He's not in the class. He's in 910.
Now,
Oh, he's dumb.
dude, I don't,
Auga. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, no one else.
Auga,
why
auga.
do I'm looking at my power school. I have an F in group work. The last dog. Fuck. Why do I have
In
that?
what class?
ELA. I got
You're
I got
so
an
bad.
F for something I did.
You're so bad.
Going to power
Now my
school
grades
right
fucking
now.
suck. Yeah,
Sam needs to have a conversation with his teacher.
I
Ah.
I
Why
don't
does
have any-
Bryant?
Oh my god.
talking about
Wait.
Brian.
Is this
Bryant-
true? No, okay. no.
What? Wait.
Bryant walked up to our
I have
lunch
an,
table today.
I have an A plus in ELA right now, but the actual like unit test, Pearson test is not in yet, which would explain it.
Sophia.
I feel bad for Bryant because he
Shut
walked up to
up.
our lunch table
How would you
today.
feel if I just like walked all the way over to your house right now and knocked on your door and then like
You got
stayed
cuffed
there
so
and
many
like
times.
flipped over?
You could hang. That would be amazing.
Nate, you just got cucked from
Uh-huh.
Brian so many times.
But like, can I actually
Honestly,
do that
though.
like, right now? Like, I'll do it.
Yes.
I only have 2 grades in for power school in trimester 2 right now.
I have 3.
I just
Nate,
have Schultz, and Brzezinski.
Nate, please talk.
What happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
My thing just totally glitched and logged me out. What just happened?
I don't know.
You're gonna say something about Brian.
Scary.
Oh yeah. So Bryant walked up to our lunch table today and he asked Rylan if he wanted to go to Mrs. What's her name? Miss Harrington's room to watch Cars and eat, and Rylan's like, I'll only go with you if Cal comes. I felt so bad for Bryant, and then Cal had to come, and then because Rylan didn't want to be alone with Bryant. And Bryant, you could tell that Bryant was sad about that.
Dude, I didn't even go to lunch today because I went to the Career Connections thing where I had to fucking like talk to all the.
Dude,
like,
I made like 3 different cars in that science thing. I ended up with literally just doing like a
In your Career
slingshot.
Connections, did they talk to you about like
Oh
how you
my
can go in that meeting with like the principal and shit?
Oh,
Ew.
the like the safety thing.
Yeah, I got picked for that, and I was. I
I'm
got
not
picked
even
for that.
okay. I'm gonna type her name in the chat, and you can probably guess who it is. But I'm gonna type it in the
Probably.
chat. Don't say it out loud.
Oh my.
Okay.
This
Ew.
person was like so annoying in the pod.
What?
in the-
Ew.
What are whose legs are those?
He didn't. I'm just saying this
That's
now.
pretty thick.
For context,
That's an
they-
old photo. That's an old photo.
They just put a picture of legs in
Yeah.
the
I,
chat. So
I
this
was just
person-
I was just
she-
looking through my camera roll, and this is what I come across. They're
She
not my
said-
legs. They're not my legs.
wait,
I don't
This
know whose
person
legs
said
they
that,
are
like,
though.
They were like, we were discussing things that like make us feel unsafe in the school. She was like, in the girls' locker room, they only have one changing stall, and I feel very
Oh my-
vulnerable. I'm like,
What the?
To what?
I was like, just change.
In the boys' locker room, there isn't a lock.
There isn't like, just like, what do you expect? Like,
No,
we don't
but
even
they
have a
have
we don't even
bathrooms?
have a working bathroom. And you're
Oh my
complaining.
god, that's like.
You're complaining
Somebody
about
pooped a
literally-
swastika onto our wall.
Like, it's not
I
even like.
remember that.
No, that picture. That picture.
Somebody
just-
pooped a swastika onto our wall.
Wait, are
You
you
should not be complaining.
Exactly.
about the- swastika?
A changing room.
She's like, I
okay.
feel
I don't even
vulnerable
know.
changing. Like, well,
Oh,
that's...
when I was in the meeting, I got
Oh.
picked for the meeting by Miss Brzezinski.
Yeah.
No, by Miss Brzezinski, I got picked for the meeting, and I got congratulated on my speaking, which is fucking stupid. But like, no, I said one time I got kicked into the urinal, and that was funny.
I swear.
Sam,
No.
I feel unsafe because literally Jack Adams is jumping on people while they're trying to poo.
I know. In the bathroom, one time this guy, I know the password by the way. One time this guy yelled, niggas getting butt ass naked in here,
Oh my god.
and it was the funniest shit ever. Because it was like the play or something, and he started kicking on the stall door.
Ew.
Dude,
That's
I
the
was
same
in the
night-
bathroom.
no,
I
no.
was in the bathroom while some
That's the
eighth
same-
grader kicked the door down while I was in the bathroom, and then proceeded to go through the door and beat the shit out of the kid that was in there. Mid shit.
By the way,
And
the
you're
guy,
concerned
who-
about, like, a
This
few
is why
drawings
we
on the
feel
wall.
unsafe. This is why we feel
The school
unsafe.
makes some big announcement about some girl drawing on the wall.
Dude, some kid got
No,
beat up
no,
while
but
he was
nobody says
pooping.
anything about. Nobody reports anything about the boys' bathroom. And
About
even
the
if we,
shit swastika.
no, even if they did report it, they don't give a shit.
Exactly.
But like
We
the
don't
girls'
report
bathroom,
it.
oh, it's such a big deal.
Oh my god, someone
I
drew one
know.
thing like, I see swastikas daily.
Yeah,
When
because
you-
of-
No, once,
When you
once
go-
a month something happens with the bathroom. At least.
Somebody carved a swastika in the toilet seat on the 6th grade floor.
Ew.
When you get up, you just have an imprint of a swastika on your
Oh no,
ass.
Nick's school is way worse. Nick's school is way worse with swastikas.
The echoey back room, the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
No, no,
Like every footstep sounds like a jet engine.
no. In Nick's school, he said there's so many swastikas carved into the bathroom, and the entire wall is just concrete now, and it's just blank. It's amazing. And there's no more stalls. It's just concrete walls with doors.
Wow.
Because there's so much shit that happens.
Remember when the 6th grade bathroom was like closed for like a
The entire year?
like 3 weeks?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
like 3 weeks, like a few weeks ago.
Oh no,
I
did
know
not.
exactly why that.
Why is
happened.
the 6th
And
grade bathroom always closed?
I was like, I walked in right after this happened, and I was the one that like told someone. I walked in, and you know how like the stall doors have like walls to them? The
Yeah.
walls were gone. I'm not even kidding, and they weren't even on the floor either. And that's why I was really confused. It literally just disappeared. I don't even, to this day, I do not know what happened to the stall.
Oh, you know how in the
to the
6th grade
stall
bathroom,
wall.
and like I don't know about the 7th grade. You know, in the 6th grade bathroom, there's that little like thing on the wall, the metal thing on the wall.
Yeah, the like
No.
handle.
I think so one time I found the keys there just open, and I was like, what the
Oh.
I didn't take them or anything. I was like, what the fuck? Somebody could just take those. And the shit was unlocked. I don't know what the fuck they were. I don't
What was
know
in there? Wait, what was in there?
I don't know. Nothing. I don't think. I think probably took shit out.
Dude,
But
I
like,
would
there
always,
were the
you know
keys.
those
the
like
keys were just there.
You know that like out of order bathroom? I forget what floor it does. It's
Yeah.
either 8th or 7th.
I think it's a.
I think it's 8th. Yeah. There was
Yeah.
like a out of order sign on one of the stall doors, and I took
Bro,
that.
same on the
I know.
I took
Yeah,
that
they
whole
just
thing.
put that. They put that there for kicks. I literally used it and it's fine.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't care.
Then I took the sign off and I put it on the other stall. So the out of order one had the,
Oh
You're the
my
had the
best.
sign
Oh my
on
God.
it, and the one that was
Bro,
working had the sign.
in the girls' bathroom, they also have like an out of order sign, and I looked in it. Like, there's nothing, like, absolutely nothing wrong with it. I wasn't gonna use it, but I looked in there, and there's literally
They
nothing
do
wrong.
that. They do that so kids stop vaping in the big stalls. And I'm like, well, you're just preventing other children from using the bathroom.
I've never
Yeah, like,
actually
what if
seen.
I
I've never
have
seen like
a mental
noticed
breakdown
anything
and need to
specific.
walk around in the bathroom?
I've never
You
seen
walk
anyone
her.
specifically who's vaping.
Who? What if I need to poo instead of having a mental breakdown?
Dude, honestly, who needs a bathroom that big? Like, even if you have a wheelchair, you don't need a bathroom the size of my room.
We could probably have another stall in there.
The size
Case,
of my
you
room.
live in your basement. It's
Yeah.
so sad.
That's not sad.
It's
He
so-
lives in the fucking
It's not
forest.
sad.
It's slightly sad, Case.
It's
I'll
not.
have
Where
to say
else am I
that.
Why is it
supposed
so
to go?
sad?
He has an entire floor.
That is true. I do have an entire floor
Pretty.
and my own bathroom.
That bathroom's filled with stuff, Case.
Spiders, yeah.
No, I mean like, didn't you have all of your furniture moved into that bathroom?
Yeah, because we were getting our floors redone. Now they're all back around.
Oh, I have asbestos in my basement, so I can't even go in it right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's asbestos?
Case, Sam has lung cancer.
No, I can't be in there for prolonged periods. I'll fucking get lung cancer.
Dude, I
Yeah,
probably
I know,
the-
that's what
the
asbestos
I am,
does.
The I am
So I'm gonna get that
thankful
when we get
for-
that removed. I'm moving on to the basement, so I have more.
The I
space.
am thankful for thing, and
Oh, I put the Roman
my
Empire.
lungs.
dude, I put my lungs.
I put.
I
the,
put-
Roman
I
Empire.
put me gusta family.
You don't put me gusta.
I don't care, I just did that.
also,
Wait,
also
I like
family.
my family.
Also
Who's
family.
your teacher?
That's like saying
Miss
I,
Olympia, we
I
learned
am
nothing.
thankful for I like. Yeah, we obviously know nothing. I think all of us have Miss
I
Olympia.
think I've learned honestly.
Yeah.
You star.
I am thankful for I like my family.
Dude,
I am thankful
we
for I
spent
like
like
my
2
Star.
weeks learning
Wait.
Star. You know how quickly I can learn like the words for I like and
I
they
know
like?
more German
on-
and Spanish.
We don't care about your Swedish Duolingo stuff.
I
No,
care.
no.
Get out of here.
I spent like 3 weeks of learning in Spanish. I did in Russian in 10 minutes.
I know,
Yeah,
but Miss Olympio's actually dumb.
She's
3
dumb.
weeks in
Like,
10 minutes.
wait,
Case, can you actually absorb any of that Russian?
Be able to know how to
What?
like say gusta,
Can you actually like write that stuff? Or can you recite any of the stuff that you learned? Did you-
Russian, yeah, I can.
Okay, what did you learn then?
Well, I learned for the words for I am. I learned how to say motor, taxi, backpack, man, woman.
When will you
boy.
ever need that? When will you ever need to say
Red
When
motor,
Dawn,
will I
Red
ever
Dawn.
taxi
need
in
to
Russian?
say
Red Dawn, dude. If Red Dawn ever happens, he's set.
when will
You
I
can say
ever need
taxi
to
in
like
Russian.
out randomly in public, count to 10, or give someone my phone number,
Well, you'll need to count.
or say I like cheese.
I like cheese.
me gusta.
I like cheese.
me
Um,
gusta pito.
wait, what did everybody get on the quiz thing?
Oh, for what? Spanish?
Yes.
I have none of them.
100%.
Hello?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, hi Nate.
Hello, Nathan. I got a 9 out of 10 on the Spanish thing.
I got a 9 out of 10.
We had the same brainwaves. Disgusting. How dare you?
Ew.
Dude, me and Rylan
What did you get?
in ELA, you know how like we did corrections and we like could see which ones we got
Funny.
wrong. Me and Rylan all
Hello?
got.
I think I'm mute. I can't hear anyone.
No,
Okay,
no,
uh,
no, wait.
All right, doesn't matter. We'll just move on. He'll figure it out. So me and Rylan had the exact same questions right and wrong. Like
Alright,
every
yeah, I
single-
can hear you guys again. Sorry.
Every single
Button.
question Rylan had right, I had right, and every single question I had wrong, Rylan had wrong.
Nate, did you read the speaker button?
And
Did you
the
not?
No, I just exited out of the app and rejoined in.
Dude, the wrong answers were like all like exactly the like. I think all of them were the same except one. Me and Rylan literally have identical brains.
Whoa.
It's so easy to fucking graffiti in the back. They need to do something about that, right? Like,
How? What are they gonna check your pockets?
that's a serious thing though. Like, how would they? It's honestly, it's like, how would they even
Pustika?
begin to like fix that problem?
Sam.
Well,
Dude, here's the thing. Just put like a dry erase wall on the stall. Make the whole
Then
thing-
kids are gonna draw weens on the dry erase.
Yeah, but then you can just erase it.
And
Then it's not permanent.
Sam.
But like, still, there are still weenies
Actually,
in
that's
the
a
back.
bad idea because people would shove the markers up their ass.
if you put them in your pants, they can't do anything really.
Yeah, as long as like you put them in
Yeah,
your
right.
pocket, like they can't like really like.
No, if
Fucking-
they could literally plant a girl got one of her friends ratted her out for having prescription grade ibuprofen on her, and she got strip searched by the police.
Is that even a crime? It's ibuprofen.
I know, but you're not allowed to have any pills at school.
This is dumb. I've seen so many people have pills. Like people just have
One
like,
time, Nick Ambrosia
ibuprofen in their
actually.
locker.
One time, Nick Ambrosia left one of his fucking
Oh my god.
pills
my
in my
dog's
house,
up
and
there.
so I started.
Danny Movill found laxative pills in the boys' locker room today.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I can just drink milk. That's a tip.
The hell is
Jojo came up to me. Jojo came up to me today and she was like, "Guys, I found out today that I'm lactose intolerant." And I was like, "That's the dumbest thing I ever heard."
Bullshit.
Dude, I'm lactose
How would
intolerant
you not
ever since.
know?
Exactly. Like, how would you not like?
Dude, being lactose intolerant isn't that bad. It just kind of hurts after you.
You just kind of like had bad shits.
Yeah, it just kind of hurts for like 10 minutes after, and then you're fine.
Sam, it gets you ready for the
Whoa.
real world.
Who is this? Who is Royal
That's
Who
Arch?
is
Zach.
that?
Zach.
That is
Zach?
Zach.
Breathing.
Okay.
Zach,
Zach
welcome.
Jankowski has joined the call.
He has joined the podcast.
What's up, Zach?
Wait, Case, what time are we at?
We
What
are
are we
about
doing?
halfway through. We're at 27 minutes.
What the-
Funny.
We're halfway through, Case.
Yeah,
We're
halfway
not
through.
gonna keep up this conversation for that long. I'm getting
Yeah, we
tired.
can have multiple conversations. We can talk
I'm
about
actually
multiple
getting
stuff.
concerned.
I
We've
forgot.
We've had all this conversation off of one little thing that I brought up.
What did you bring up?
I brought up seats in Spanish, and I haven't brought up anything else, and it's just gone from there.
Alright.
So,
Oh,
I have
okay.
like 6 different things we can talk about.
All right, Nate. All right, let's branch on to something else.
Something else?
you guys like pineapples?
I hate
Not on
pineapples.
pizza.
Like,
Pineapple makes my tongue bleed.
What the frick?
Well, I mean, that's if you eat it whole.
I
Don't
do.
eat it whole.
I eat raw pineapple, and it makes my tongue bleed.
I just eat the green part. The yellow part I throw away.
I just eat the pineapple stalk.
Did I see
Greetings,
this video of
comrades.
This guy that like cuts a slice of watermelon, then he only eats the stem.
Eats
and
the
throws
rind,
rest
eats
away.
the
Who is
watermelon
Rabbit?
oh my god.
Who is Rabbit?
That's me.
Sophia B.
That's
That's, Nick.
Okay, thank God. Okay, then we got
That's
Nate
Nick.
in here, obviously, with his bland Discord tag.
Hey, get out of here. That's my tag. You
Wasn't
don't
that your
get. It's
fucking-
an inside joke, Zach. You don't get
Wait,
it.
wasn't that your fucking Nitro type username too?
Yes,
You guys remember Nitro type?
No, I don't even.
I
know
was
what it
so
is.
good at
Funny.
Nitro Type.
Dude, it
I
was the
was
fucking
so good
best.
at Nitro
It was a
Type.
typing racing game, and it was just like you get to buy cars and shit, and it was amazing.
Guys, I got memes. I got new spicy memes.
We're on a podcast, so we can't.
We
don't-
already have that. That image has been sent out like 90 times on this chat.
Who
Yeah,
do you
get
think
outta
They
here.
created
don't
that
know.
image?
This is audio. This is audio. They don't know what you're talking.
I have created that
No
image.
one knows what you're talking about. It's audio. It's all audio.
It's an image of Elmo burning, and it
In
says
how?
Californians be like.
Oh, I'm not gonna say who, but in my global cultures, someone said, "Oh, Zach, you were there."
Yeah, I
Someone-
was
Someone
there.
said that Donald Trump is sending lasers to burn down
Oh,
California.
I
Oh
know
my
who
God.
this is. I know who this is.
I
It's
know.
Caden.
Zach,
Yeah,
Zach, you're the one who destroyed
Micah,
them.
why do you have that? Why do you have that?
Zach, you're the one. Zach, you
Why do you
destroyed
have
them.
that
So,
image?
Zach, I want you to tell that story.
Answer the question.
What?
I want you to tell that story, Zach, of what happened in cultures.
So
No,
basically,
no,
Caden,
Sam, type
Caden be
who it
like,
is in the chat.
Caden raises her hand. Caden raises her hand, right?
You just said their whatever.
Fine, doesn't
And
matter.
so Caden raises her hand, right? And she goes, there's a conspiracy theory. Some
She-
guy on Google Maps said that there was like a laser gleam aiming towards paradise, and it was like people think it was the president because the celebrities were giving him bad press. I proceeded to raise my hand and state, laser weapons do not have the ability to destroy an entire city, number one. Number two, the president does not have the authority to access laser weapons. Number three, this would be like highly illegal and highly stupid. Like this would be a mass killing of American
talk about the death
civilians
ray?
by an
Talk about the
American
death ray with the
president.
sponge?
Yeah, why would you test it on another country? Like
Did you talk
Iran.
about the death ray with the sponge? Did you talk about that at all?
No, the death ray with a sponge is a amazing cutting edge technology.
That's more of an inside
weapon.
joke. Want to explain that too?
Yeah, I'll explain that joke. So basically, I have a death ray, right? And it can kill a rabbit if it stands at 5 feet away from it for 20 minutes and perfectly still. Cutting edge technology, folks.
Oh,
The
with
Japanese
a sponge on its head.
built
With
this.
With a wet sponge on his head.
Yeah, no, the rabbit does not need a wet sponge. The
rabbit
Japanese
doesn't.
built this death
Ew.
ray in the Second World War. No joke,
I thought
no
you were gonna say that.
scam.
I thought you were gonna
This
say
thing
the
was
Japanese
legitimately
sponge.
made.
I thought you were
No,
gonna say
this
the
thing was
Japanese
literally
sponge.
made. Like they had a whole research program into it. Like it was a legitimate thing that they were making. They were making a death ray.
And now people use it as a way to say.
Do you know,
That-
like, you could literally make a death ray that, like, you hold someone's eyes open and you shine bright lasers and you fry their eyes off.
That's just called a flashlight.
No,
No,
lasers are
we-
way more eye burning.
Now, this image is the most terrifying image I think I have on my
You
phone.
can't see images, this is audio.
Well, the most terrifying image anyone could ever send you is a wet sponge. No, not a wet sponge, a moistened sponge.
A moistened,
Slightly
not
moistened.
even wet, just
Dampened,
moistened.
if you will. Dampened.
It's a
Dude, I
dampened
saw this
sponge.
video of this guy.
Yo, soy anorexic.
His YouTube's name is StyroPyro. If you want to go watch him, he builds the coolest things out of lasers. He built a 200-watt laser like bazooka that like was shaped like a gun, and he could like carry it around with him. A direct hit to the eye from that would be like, it was something insane. It was like 33 million times more powerful than like
One time,
than
in
staring
like
at the
fifth grade or
sun.
something, I don't know why I remember this. Some kid in like 5th grade brought one of those like fucking lithium-ion battery lasers and just fucking started shining it at paper.
Why?
That was
Did
fun.
it burn?
Yeah.
How,
no,
how
it
many,
kinda
how
just,
many
like-
watts was it?
It didn't start like a fire. I'm not sure. It didn't start like a fire or anything. It just kind of became hot. It was funny. I don't know who the fuck it was. Some random.
Did I?
Some
I
random
the,
fourth
the
grader.
same
Some
guy-
random
Sixth grader now, or sixth
YouTuber.
grader.
The same guy.
Some random 6th grader named Miles.
The
Dude,
same-
I don't really like the 6th graders. The 6th graders scare me in every way.
The 6th graders
Dude.
threatened the school, shoot up the
Oh my
school
God.
like 7 times this
No.
year.
They've made so many shooting threats. They made like that one time, that one that other
At
time.
Miles, what's his name? Miles R.
Morales.
Yeah,
Is the kid.
dude, don't come to school tomorrow.
Dude, I swear, like, all of them are either weird, creepy, Fortnite, or all three.
Usually all
Weird,
three.
creepy, Fortnite, or all 3.
All the
Oh.
6th graders are weird, including Case's brother. He's like a
Yeah.
potato.
What are you talking about? Case's brother's my boy. Get out of
He's
here,
kinda
Zach,
weird,
before I
though.
slap you.
He's a bit weird.
He's a potato.
He's not a potato. but
Zach
he's
is me and
kinda
Ben Lover's child.
Yes.
That's kind of mean.
Does that mean
Very
Does that
mean.
mean you and Ben Luffer are also my dad?
That's kind of
Uh,
very weird.
Slightly.
That's kind
Slightly.
of very weird.
Or is only
Yeah,
one of you my
kind of very
dad?
weird.
Are we stepbrothers?
Whoa.
That's not how it works.
That's why you said a black mother. You ever see it? Dude, there's a black mother emoji.
Dang, you
okay.
messed it up, Zach. I
Hang
was
on.
trying to do
Zach
something.
just said I have Aryan parents, and he said no bad blood. Jesus Christ.
You messed it up again.
No,
Stop.
one time, dude.
Look at
No,
your fingers going up the squirrel's ass.
I'm allowed to say this. I'm allowed to say this. I'm not Aryan. So in my lunch table, I yelled, "I want to have a pure Aryan baby," like really loudly.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm allowed to say that. Not Aryan. So. As long as you're not like German. You know Gandhi was a racist.
Well, obviously.
Gandhi didn't like black people.
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
I mean, no, he didn't fight for like racial equality. He just fought for Indians to be on the same level as white people.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Sam,
Yeah?
you know, I saw this show where this guy walked up to a teenage girl. They were asking people questions at the mall, and he asked her who the current governor of Illinois is, and she said Osama bin Laden.
What's Obama's last name? It's Bin Laden. Obama Bin
No one
Laden.
cares.
Obama bin Laden.
Obama Bin Laden.
Guy, it's confirmed Obama is linked to 9/11.
Dude, he wasn't
See,
even president at the time. Dude, the George Bush 9/11 jokes are not even.
Obama bin Laden. No, the terrorists kicked George Bush out of office, and they put in their own.
Have you seen that one
Obama
Onion
bin
video made,
Laden.
have you seen that one Onion video made like 10 years ago, saying that it was like when George Bush or some shit was president, and they said government creates a new Muslim thing so we can get rid of our debt. Have you guys seen the? Oh, yeah. Have you guys seen the Anomaly clip where he says, "You built Auschwitz on our Minecraft"?
Yes.
I love that clip.
Oh yeah, that is funny.
Sam, check the chat.
I forgot you were here. Oh my god. Okay, so there's a picture of
And then the guy was like,
picture of Sans
I was
Hotel
gonna
putting
build a
anime
farm
girls into
here.
Auschwitz Birkenau.
You know,
It says,
have you seen that thing where like
Think about-
Travis Scott, like Kylie Jenner's like, do you know my astrological sign? And then Travis Scott just goes, oh, it's a peanut.
Yeah, I saw. Case, I showed that to you.
No, you didn't show that to me. I know.
Yeah, I
oh, Wait, you
did.
did show that to me.
"Thank you, Nate, for being my father." Jesus fucking Christ. This is the most people we've had in a.
Listen.
What's
Con-
my astrological sign? That was a no. You didn't get that right.
She goes, it's a peanut.
What's my astrological sign? Peanut. No, you didn't get that right.
Dude, our astrological signs are incompatible. I'm sorry.
Hey, Sam, check the chat.
Just so we're clear, I'm allowed to. Actually, I'm not even allowed to say that because Italy. But who's not from Europe? Heike.
Ike is probably.
That's
not
my
from
name.
Europe. No,
I
wait,
can
Ike
read
is
that.
part German. Ike is part German.
It's fine. It makes it better. Say it. Say the thing.
What?
Sam, check the
Say
chat.
the thing's accent.
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it then. I shall start a dictatorship now, take over half of Europe, wipe out a race of human beings, all thanks to you, father. Dude, Dash does look like Vince. Vince looks like Dash. That's just a fact. Can't even argue.
Vince does look exactly like Dash.
Okay, dude.
Yeah,
Vince
he
looks like
does.
Mr. Harvey.
Dude, I feel like Mr. Harvey looks like an evolution that's like not.
He looks like
It's
Vince
like-
is Charmander.
He
No,
looks
Vince
like,
is Charmander. Mr. Harvey is.
Dude, Mr. Harvey looks like someone that's halfway between an orangutan and a human.
Mr. Harvey,
Halfway.
Mr. Harvey always talks about how healthy he is, and he wears a shirt that says "Recovering Carbaholic," and literally every day he has a basket full of Popeyes.
I know.
No, dude,
Like,
dude, yeah, Popeye's shit.
Dude, Miss K brings it like a donuts every day.
Dude,
Every
she's
day I
honestly
see
so
it,
fat.
I see a donut
Miss
bag.
K is so
I want
fat.
to be a victim, Miss K.
Who is Miss K?
Every day
This
on
is
her desk,
hetero-
I just see a big like
She's
bag
married,
from
right?
Dunkin' Donuts. Hopefully not.
Miss K
Dude,
is
I
married.
would feel
Definitely
so
not.
bad for anyone who. No, wait, she probably is because she has kids. Oh, those poor kids.
Yeah, but like we call her Miss, not Miss.
No one cares. She deserves to be called Miss.
Like I've never heard a single person call her Mrs. K. We just call her Miss K, even though she's married.
Bless up, Pika.
Dude, I don't call
Yummy.
any of my teachers Mrs. something. I
Call
have
them-
never like called like someone like different like.
Hey
Mrs.
Sam, look what I
something.
just posted
I
in the
always
call
just
him- I
say
call him-
like Miss Brzezinski.
I call him Your Majesty.
Yo, look what I just posted in the general, Sam.
Sometimes
Become
I'll
a
say,
kamikaze pilot today. No more taxes after your first mission. Join now. I get the joke.
Love it.
I get the
Anyway,
joke. Because you die. It's a suicide
don't
mission.
pay taxes if you're dead.
I get it.
That's the whole point.
I got free pizza today, and I got compliments. This is the best day ever.
You got free pizza?
Yeah, I'm good at speaking, so I got free pizza.
guys, what
You're
time are
so
we at?
trash, Sam.
Yeah, no, but I gave you free pizza.
How can you be good at speaking? Everyone speaks the same language.
I don't know. I don't know. Miss Brzezinski chose me to do it, and I got free.
People are like, you are good at speaking.
No, Miss Brzezinski was like, I think you'd be a good representative. No,
We like picked the. We did
Yo,
this random shit where it's like
no.
it's not like based on like
Hablas
who would
español.
be a better
oh no,
representative.
there's a bunch of people
Who
who
knows more about this?
who
It's like,
said they got their names. picked out.
no, let's draw a popsicle stick.
No, there was a bunch of people who said they got their names
Oh
picked out of
my
a
God.
hat.
That was
Ethan-
us. That was
Ethan
us.
Smith and Ella J got their.
No, I just got chosen because Miss Brzezinski was like, okay, you can go.
Sophia Lee got picked. She's gonna do all the shit about the girls.
Dude, I'm literally the only
They're
person
like,
in my
we
entire
need
class
more
who thinks-
changing stalls. Like, no, what you need is to learn how to
Changing
change in front of people.
No, I'm the only
Like,
people
it's
in
all
my Cougar
girls.
connection.
What's the problem?
Well, she doesn't change in front of people.
No, they all like have to like wait in line for the changing stall. Like, we need
Why?
more changing
No.
stalls. Like, no, you
Dude,
don't
literally,
need more
Jack
changing stalls.
Quilty.
You
Jack
need to just
Quilty-
change in front of people.
Honestly, though.
Like we
There's
do.
only one person in PE that ever uses the changing stall, and that's Benicio.
No, Carmelo does too.
No, he doesn't.
If he does.
Does he?
Yeah, I've never seen Carmelo shirtless in my life. And I'm happy.
Really?
Benicio,
Thank
like
God.
Benicio, like the brown-haired one.
Benicio, the one with the long
Not the
hair
last
who
one.
has
Yeah,
to
yeah,
go
yeah,
home.
yeah,
I
And-
don't
Yo,
know.
Sam,
Why
Sam.
do we add those, honestly?
Sam, look
Yeah.
at the meme.
Irish rebels be like, stare at cargo boom. I get the because of the IRA. I get it. I get the joke.
Sam, remember when Benicio had to go home for lunch every single day at Ames because he was too scared to have lunch alone?
Dude, I fucking miss having being
Yummy.
able to go home for lunch.
Yeah. Whenever my mom worked from home, I got to go home for lunch, and it was so
No, I
nice.
get to go home like I got to go home like so much, dude. It was amazing.
Dude, we would literally just like we would like go, we would leave, and we would just go to Ben's house and just play video games. Cause it's
No,
like,
were you able? Were you
it's
able
like-
to just leave for lunch?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were able to go to someone's house.
Yeah, same. It was
We
amazing.
literally would just like walk like right down the street, like a few houses down to Ben's house, and we would just like sit there and just play Xbox for like 20 minutes. and
Sing up hurrah.
We'd walk back. We just and we wouldn't. The funniest part is like we wouldn't like pack lunches for ourselves. We would like go to his house and we just eat like Cheez-Its for lunch.
Oh no, I'm just getting McDonald's or some shit.
Casey,
What?
what time?
We are at 43 minutes.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Case,
we've been
isn't
super
43 minutes enough?
We usually
No.
we usually go around an
Dude,
hour.
we have to go to at least 50. 55.
I'm so tired, though.
Then leave, you little pussy.
Gay.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm being attacked now.
I don't want to play.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. It was just a joke.
You guys like the IRA?
No.
That was mean. I'm sorry.
They car bomb for Irish unification.
Actually, no, I do kind of like
I support it. Yeah,
Little
take that,
bit.
British government. I don't give a shit.
it's
Ireland. Ireland should be unified.
I'm neutral on that.
I'm just saying Ireland should be unified.
I'm like 50% Irish.
Exactly. So you should have strong feelings. What part of Ireland?
A little
Southern,
bit Irish.
Northern Ireland, or the rest of Ireland?
I'm a bit
Oh, I
southern.
think Northern Ireland.
Southern.
Oh, you Brit.
I don't know, man.
I'm
I
southern.
honestly don't know.
I'm so
Northern
south.
Ireland, British.
I feel like I would like it to be unified, but like if it doesn't, like I won't be too devastated.
You guys know the song Rule Britannia?
No.
Yeah, only I do.
Guys, new meme time.
Oh my God! Enough with the memes. It's
How do
only
you keep
audio.
on reappearing?
No, these are good memes.
Hang on, let me just
Sam.
narrate this. Okay.
Sam.
Yeah.
It's a cake.
No
It's
one
a
in my
boom
family knows where
sexy
my
time.
last name comes from. I've searched it on all of like the last name ethnicity finders, and it never shows up. There's
Yeah,
no
I
one with
tried
the
it.
same last
I can
name
try
as
to
me.
find if you have a family crust.
I have a family. I think I have a family crest. I don't know where it's from though.
For standard,
Yeah,
it says England.
it does.
Yeah, I think it's just English. Oh wait, what? Hang on.
Sometimes it's
Oh, you know,
standard with
Kane,
2 R's.
when you when your family immigrated to Canada, like,
Yo, Sam, did you see the meme? Do you think meme funny?
Why
I
did
do
they
see it. Want me to narrate it into
Here's something I've been wondering. You know how like
when
every
you have bad planes and untrained
Okay.
pilots, and then it's a cake that says "boom boom sexy time."
You know how certain areas have like different like traits to like people who are native there? Like, why do you think that happens? Like, why do you think Asians specifically have like slanted eyes?
Oh, because I'm pretty sure because Mongolians had it, because like I don't know, because it was like a specific gene, but it was only like Mongol.
I
Sam,
know
Sam,
that
what do you
it's
think of the
all of
meme?
When the Mongols invaded all of Asia, I think they just spread that.
It's
Sam,
weird
what do you
because,
think
like,
of the?
Why did they form like any different from like the people in like?
Oh,
Africa?
I'm from standard is English.
Nate, I'm
Here-
pretty
Go
sure.
figure.
The only thing I found was like I think your name changed when you immigrated to when your family
Oh,
immigrated.
yeah. There's 2 forms of standard. There's standard with 1 R, and then there's STANARRD.
I found it. Okay.
Alright. Let's look at my name. Alright. Where
Mine's
is
Spain. Mine, both sides of my families were like Latin, so that's cool.
last name?
Part of the Roman Empire. Hail the Roman Empire.
Alright, where's my... So I know my actual name, Rosenfeld, is gonna be like Jewish? Because that's my dad's name.
Ew.
It is-
Oh.
it is
oh.
Jewish.
He has a lot of
Oh.
Jewish... He has a lot
It
of
is
Jewish ancestry.
Ashkenazic. It's Jewish.
Uh-oh. Case.
You're an Ashkenazi Jew.
Yeah.
Case.
What?
I hate to break it to you now, but I can't hang out around you anymore.
Oh my God, Jesus
What
Christ!
the hell?
You can't make
Zach, you and Joshua used to be good friends.
You can't make
Get
jokes
out
like
of
that,
here.
dude.
Okay, then. Okay, Nate makes a point here. I joke around though.
You're
Right,
Ashkenazi Jew.
Alright.
Sam, look
Origin
what
of
I put in the
last name.
general chat.
Okay.
Pretty sick. That's a pretty sick.
Rosenfeld.
Mine's
It's
just
an
like
entire marching song. It's an entire song. If you listen to
Yeah,
it, it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
song.
Alright.
I read sniper actually impressed in Spanish.
It's mostly from, like, around, like, in between France and Switzerland.
Central Europe.
He's neutral. Case is always
No,
neutral.
he's French. He doesn't like the Africans.
Yeah, which is good.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so just for context, we cut out about 5 minutes of talking because it got a really controversial. And when we're coming back in, what we're talking about is we looked up this website that told us what traditionally, like in the 1800s, what job our last name would have, and that's where we start back up. The
What website are
United
you using?
States
What
Ancestry.
website?
It says my main job as my mom's maiden name, a Brigham, which is what I believe I mostly am, because I feel like I have more genes from my mom. I look more like her. I act more like her.
The actual Ancestry.com thing.
I look more like her family.
Did you
Alright,
spit in the vial?
there's a 31% chance I would be a farmer in the
Did you
United
spit in the
States.
vial?
In
Farmer's
Canada,
a nice job.
In Canada, I would also be a farmer.
Did you
And-
spit in the vial?
In farmer, I would. In England, I would also be a farmer. I'm a farmer. Cool.
Case.
You know,
What?
Canada's
Spit in
you
the
know,
vial.
Sam, everyone. You know,
I
Canada's
kind of wanted to
divided
do
into two.
the 23andMe thing.
I want to get the Ancestry.
Canada's
one.
divided into two parts. You know, there's the friendly ones and there's the angry baguette boys.
How much are they?
What, Quebec and English?
Yeah,
Canada?
there's angry baguette boys and then there's the friendly ones.
There's
Maple
English
syrup.
Canada and Quebec. Quebec is terrifying, but also cool.
Quebec is angry baguette boys.
Montreal and
I
Quebec are
kind of
different.
want to. I feel like I
Just
kind
because
of
Montreal is in Quebec doesn't mean they're the same. They're very different.
Should I do a 23andMe test? I kind of feel like
I want to. So I
You
want-
should, man. You know those
My
are nice.
parents did them.
What did it say? Just English.
A lot of different things. A lot.
All right.
I did not mean to come off as anything in this. I did not mean to come off as
Yeah.
that.
I assume I have a lot
Zach,
of-
don't worry. This doesn't get any viewers.
Thank
It really
God.
doesn't.
I
Not
assume
that
I
many.
have a lot of people still. I probably have a lot of family still. Because.
Yeah, but what's any topics that are going on right now that are very controversial? Any topics anyone can think of?
Dick and balls.
Oh, there's a new thing with PewDiePie. Or like
Yeah, let's discuss that.
the misgendering thing.
What?
Okay.
It's really
Opinions? People's opinions on that?
I will explain it. So you know the Dr. Phil video with the off-brand Jeffree Star?
Yes.
So I don't really know whether it's a he or a she. I'm kind of confused. So I'm just gonna call it an it for now. So it like was on this episode, and then Dr. Phil was not Dr. Phil. PewDiePie was reacting to it,
I see the
and
video.
PewDiePie called it he because it had a face that was a he, and it was like dressed as a girl. So he was like, "Oh, drag queen, it's a he." And apparently, this girl, air quotes, was like used to be a boy and is like
Trigger warning.
she's transgender, but she never actually had a surgery. So technically PewDiePie wasn't wrong, but she still just wants attention. So she's
I think
like
it's more of a.
she like
I think
pretends
the whole
she's
thing
like she's
isn't more
so
of a
sad.
surgery.
She's one of those bitch YouTubers that's like she's so sad. She's like, I'm
Oh,
so
God.
sad when people misgender me. It's so offensive. PewDiePie's a horrible
God.
person. And then at
You
the
guys
end,
really
at
come
the
off
end
as
of
offensive.
at the end of her video, she was just like, don't forget to like and subscribe.
It's true. I think what Case has stated is completely true.
It's so
I think people
Honestly, me
just
too.
o-
I agree with
hate-
Case.
I think
hate
people overreact too much nowadays.
People-
You know, there's a lot of
people target
overreactions.
PewDiePie.
Can't handle the
Like,
truth.
There are like
Dude, remember the
million
Vox
like sub
video?
like YouTube channels that like do the same thing as PewDiePie. Do they get like fired at by the media? No, but PewDiePie's popular. So if he does one thing wrong,
No, PewDiePie's an
oh
easy target.
no.
At
Well, you
Logan
can't
Paul.
trust-
I think everybody in here is right wing.
Well, the point, Case, the thing is, you can't trust the media. I don't trust
Especially
any of the big
mainstream
media
or trust
stations.
mainstream media.
Yeah.
What I do is if something's controversial, I go to the source. Like I watch the original video.
Definitely though, because a lot of these things are very heavily controlled, and I don't like that. A lot of things are very heavily censored, and companies like Google now, Google, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they're basically monopolies. You don't see anyone else cornering the market.
I like the Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill him jokes. I love.
Aren't those Sam? Would you agree that Google, YouTube, and them are basically monopolies?
They're basically They're not like monopolies. They haven't monopolized the streaming
Dude,
industry.
the new YouTube thing.
But it's oppressive to anyone who's
And they also censor information.
it's either small
I swear,
creators or right
I
wing.
don't know why. Have you heard of the new thing on YouTube called COPPA?
Yeah, Copa.
It's so dumb because it's basically saying if you say the video is for kids, you don't make any money.
You know
But
what
if
school makes
the
a sign Copa?
video isn't made for kids, it gets demonetized and you don't make any money. So it's basically
You know what-
Yeah, I know. I
either
saw
way,
that. It was
we're
so
making
dumb.
Fucking no money because we're
Our school
pieces
makes
of
a sign
shit.
Copa. for
We're
you.
going broke because we gave
Okay,
a bunch
here's
of
my
YouTubers too
here's
much
another
money.
question for
and now we're
everyone. Here's
dying.
another question. What are your thoughts on gun control?
Guns. I mean,
It really depends. I mean, that's like a wide topic.
bump stocks. I'm kind of
Dude, bump stocks
I'm
should
kinda
be
stuck on bump
totally
stocks.
legal. Bump stocks
because
are
I mean
just...
they're technically not assault.
As a
rifles.
person who wants to own, personally coming from me, as a person who wants to own many historical firearms when they are older, the fact that a lot of them are banned under government protocol, like someone's gonna pull out an antique musket and just start.
No, muskets
Let-
are okay.
As
What?
long as, see, here's my opinion. As
Yeah.
you should be able to have, a rifle in like public, like with you, if you really want to, as long as you don't use it on anyone or anything and destroy.
As long as you have a permit. I think
As long as you
people
have
should be
a
able-
permit, don't hurt anyone, don't destroy
Guys.
anything, don't shoot it unless
Hey,
you like
judging by
have
this,
to.
Okay,
Wait, what-
Nate's a big one who should talk on this. He owns
What
family
specific rule are you against, Zach?
No, I'm not against anything. I personally am completely for. I don't think we should have any restrictions, in my opinion.
Well, I
I
mean,
think-
what's the restriction that you're
I
against?
think full auto
I
and
think
stock
I
should
think
be
I'm
gone,
actually
but
against the automatic weapons ban because that
I
destroys
say-
a lot of many historical pieces. A
I
lot of the old
think
It
Thompsons,
does.
I
a
think-
lot
I
of
think
old
restriction
Thompsons
of,
and Jap.
Yeah,
So,
I think
So
no,
a lot
I'm
of-
modern, I
against.
think modern full auto and bump stocks. I
Mhm.
think are good.
So a lot of
historical
these
things that
World
should be
War
treated.
okay. So a lot of these World War II vets brought back like machine guns and stuff like that from the war, right? And now when
Yes.
they find them now, since they're not registered, you know what they have to do? They cut them up and they
Well.
melt them down. They're literally cutting up and melting down history right now. That is disgusting, in my
It's
opinion.
just-
I think you should be allowed to own those. Yes, you need to get a
there's
permit
definitely
for
a
that.
difference between
Yes,
historical-
you definitely need to get a permit for that. You have to go through a mental evaluation and a background check, but you should still be allowed to do that if you go through that process. Now that makes sure that most people will not, it'll be hard for someone who would use it maliciously to get through, and stuff like that. Basic common sense, like just take off these restrictions and just make it so that the crazy people can't get at them. Don't hurt the non-crazy people, hurt the crazy people.
if you have
So
a
what
gun-
I think, my opinion is, with firearms, full auto allowed at ranges,
And hunting,
suppressed
and hunting.
weapons allowed everywhere. Why would you full auto hunt? I agree with no full auto hunting.
That's disgusting. That isn't even a sport. If you're using an assault rifle full auto to hunt deer.
Yeah, you're not
is-
allowed to have more
that's-
than 3 rounds loaded into your gun if you're hunting.
Really?
No, it's you use a rifle when you hunt. That is how we hunt.
No, I think you should definitely. I think a full auto pretty much too far. I think historical objects and modern auto are very different.
I
like-
still
yeah,
think that we should be
especially if
allowed to own whatever we want.
There
But
should
I
definitely be
think we
different
should be
rules on. Especially
I
There
just
should
think-
be
I just think-
restriction on what we could use and how we can use it.
like,
I just think,
historical objects should be
Um,
preserved, not destroyed.
what I think is, on the weapons, you should be able to own full auto and suppressed weapons at your homes, but there will be limits on what you can carry, like your concealed carry
Yeah,
weapons.
Concealed
No
carry
one
should
should be
no-
allowed to carry
rifle.
like an M240.
Um,
Concealed carry should not be off.
No suppressed
understandable.
concealed carry, no suppressed concealed carry, and no full auto concealed carry.
Yeah, that just makes sense.
No one should be allowed to
Yeah.
walk out.
'Cause why would you need
Only
to
a full
carry-
auto concealed carry.
Why would you need to carry a full auto weapon for self defense?
You don't. I think a semi-auto is like honestly.
And same thing with open carry weapons.
In Texas, I remember a while ago. I don't think there used to be like no restrictions to carry weapons, or very little restrictions to open carry weapons. People just fucking.
In Texas, you can own a cannon. Like seriously, if you went down to Texas, you could buy a cannon.
In
You
North
can still buy a
Carolina,
cannon in
you can
Illinois,
have,
Zach.
You can have small cannons in North Carolina.
Yeah, but you know how many restrictions are probably on that cannon? Texas is just fun. Texas is a good
No.
state.
Zach, you can't.
I love Texas.
I have a potato launcher which could be considered a cannon. It has an igniting system. You spray hairspray into the back, and then you press an igniter, and it explodes it and shoots a potato like 700 feet, really fast. So it's basically like a cannon.
No, I'm like talking
And-
a real cannon here, like shells and everything.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, a modern cannon or a historical cannon?
Historical cannon.
That's different.
Okay, because I was about to say you can explode anything you want. You could buy a grenade and throw it off
Are
in
there
your.
even? I think a modern cannon is just called
Automatic guns
Like-
should be allowed as long as the magazine size isn't ginormous. Like, no
What about the-
more
what
than
about the
like
classification?
120 bullets.
You guys like the classification of like weapon of war for full auto?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what? You know what really concerns me today? After what I heard in Global Cultures today, I'm very concerned because I've told you guys all was said about the laser weapon, and that really concerns me that people will just jump the gun to conclusions like that because you know how much unrest that'll cause, especially with an a bunch of people who just got displaced and looking for something to blame it on. You know how much public distress that can cause and stuff like that. That is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I agree with you
What
totally.
I was really scared about the impeachment process is like the
Yeah,
impeachment
it's
process
so
is-
stupid.
No, because you need the senators to be the jury, but senators are even
I
if they
feel
were
like we should have a
like
news
it's just
system
very biased.
similar to the British broadcasting system. No private news channels allowed, because that's
No,
stupid.
it's no. I don't think we should have. I don't think we should have government funded broadcasting
I
at all.
think we should because we
because
just have one.
it can be used by the state to push
We have
bad.
one news channel that is literally like that doesn't.
I
give
think we should
any
get rid of the
opinions, that
electoral college, personally.
does not give any opinions or any like anything.
I think
It just
the electoral
delivers
college
facts.
isn't perfect. I don't think direct democracy is perfect either. I think having a modified version of our be
Currently, there's a huge pact going around with states to just vote with the
Yeah,
majority
you
of
see
the
the
other
CGP Grey
states are
video?
voting for.
CGP Grey video. It's
Yeah.
I like the electoral point system more.
It's more of like a game.
Yeah, I like the electoral system more because the more important people actually get bigger say.
Yeah, it really makes sense because Wyoming doesn't matter. So and even if it like New York.
What do you think? What do you think of the softness that is going around our nation right now?
Oh my
What do you
God,
think that means for the
Liberal
future?
snowflakes. I'm saying this, I hate people who snowflakes. I just hate it.
dude. All the boomers being like, "Don't say okay, boomer. It's offensive." Like, shut up.
Haika just
You're
left.
the ones that
It's fine.
protested against blacks in your school. Like, I would not be talking.
You know what I really don't like? Fucking
Boomers.
well, yeah, but like specifically people like younger people like just jumping to conclusions for their political ideology
Like
now.
the dumb people of our generation.
Like I think all of us are well educated on politics.
yes. Like,
But like
that's
there's
the
people
thing.
who don't know anything about
Mm-hmm.
hop on the train of
Like Greta Thunberg,
And
who
that-
doesn't
that's
know
on
shit
it's on
about
both sides.
politics.
That's on both sides though. There's liberals who are just like
Greta
okay,
Thunberg's
there's also
so dumb.
conservative.
She's
You're
so
I
also-
excited
think-
about politics, and she's still like just going on like in front of like the UN. She's like,
Yeah,
In my
giving
opinion,
these, like,
I think
speeches. She gives speeches and does protests, but none of them actually do shit.
I think both extreme sides of the spectrum are horrible. It's once you get towards the middle that it's just normal people who live normal lives that just happen to be on that side. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Once you get past the extreme parts, which make up a small majority, I might mind you, then you just see
Majority, no, it's like
normal
he's a
people. If
minority.
that group, if that middle people who are not extreme that had their own
Moderates?
like party and stuff like that, that would be the party that I would be in because that party is not extreme. It isn't extreme that. It isn't extreme that. It's just the middle. Just the middle of those people who just are
You
just
guys
happen to be on
think,
different
I
sides.
retook
They're
the
the average
politics.
Joe.
Do you guys think the parties have gotten too extreme, like on either side?
Yeah, I do agree that there's a
Very
lot of
much
extreme-
so.
Yeah.
It's
Very much
ridiculous.
so.
Yeah.
I think, especially the Democratic Party, the
Yes.
Democratic Party is either entirely socialist now, or like centrist, and it's really bad because there's no in between for the majority of people,
I retook
who are just people on the left.
the political compass. I am a deep libertarian.
The political compass is also flawed because
I took a quiz on what type of leader I am. It turned out I was a dictator for some reason.
I think I got a Democratic one because I did. the
No,
same.
I got a dictator.
Oh, that quiz?
I got Hammurabi, fucking direct democracy guy.
What are your thoughts on the military? What do you think about that? What's all of your thoughts?
I don't like it. I think it's important to have a strong military presence, but I think we should definitely like use more of our budget to things like
Yeah.
public education.
Yeah.
I think we should cut.
Nick, go on.
Percentage of
I
the
think
federal
we should cut down spending on recruitment and stuff like that, and put it more towards making each life instead of going over bulk, making each life of the soldier count more, upgrading armor, making the weapons more effective, or just full on eliminating the human from the warfare using
No,
intercontinental
no. See, I
using
don't.
intercontinental missiles, just annihilating the enemy with one.
I think
I
it's
don't.
like
I don't believe in
Warheads
that.
small
There always
arms.
has to be humans on the ground. It can't just be controlled by. Personally, in my opinion, I think the budget is pretty good right now. I believe in the strong military presence. I think a big problem in our nation is the lack of people that are willing to serve and the amount of softness. You know, if we went to a major war,
54% of the
I feel like, you know what really disgusts me though? Those recruitment videos that the army is making, Go Army videos, make the military look like it's a video game.
Oh, I know.
Have you
Yeah.
seen those modern
No,
video games?
They're trying to indoctrinate kids who don't know.
it isn't a video game. It's anything like it. If you guys have watched any active combat clips, it's similar to paintball. Like not nowhere near paintball, but that's the closest thing I
It's
could
like-
ever.
Yeah, I saw this.
Comparison
I saw
to.
this video of these guys in Afghanistan.
It's not run.
They were in a valley, and they were the Taliban was below them, and they were on a hill, and multiple soldiers were injured, and they needed to get a medevac chopper in there.
It's not.
And so
run
when the
through
helicopter-
fire explosion.
When
it's
the
not
helicopter,
you know.
yeah,
It's
when the
not-
helicopter was landing,
it's-
the Taliban shot it down, and the helicopter exploded
Dude, I
and
saw.
fell on a bunch of
I saw
American
the coolest
soldiers.
thing. I always see the
It's
coolest
just-
like the GoPro videos of like firefights, and one of them was a guy who was like, they like were like hiding behind this wall, and they like started moving forward, and like they got like a message over the walkie-talkie of someone like screaming about a sniper, and then this one guy got like almost sniped in the head. You want to know how close it was? It knocked
Oh, I've
off.
seen that video.
It knocked off the GoPro on his head, but it didn't actually hit his head.
You know.
How you guys waiting on? You guys.
It's not a video game by any means. Like this stuff is real. It isn't the movie where you can take like 10 bullets and continue going. No, you take one bullet, you fall to the ground screaming, and on top of that, it isn't this action-packed rush. It's slow, it's deliberate. You're waiting, and then when the action finally comes, it's brief, it's quick, and it's deadly. You
guys
don't
like
see the bullets
America's,
coming at you. You don't have a health bar. You can't
guys
get
have any
healed by the
problems?
medic.
I was saying another thing. Do you guys have any problems with, like American diplomacy at all, or like our allies or anything? Or, like,
I think we
What
should
was
send
that?
more help
I
to
couldn't-
Ukraine.
I
Ukraine-
couldn't hear what he said.
Specifically, I think Israel. I think we should be Israel because, of course, there is terrorist groups and everything, but like in Israel. But it's. I think we should definitely be allies with them, but I think we shouldn't get directly involved, like we did in the
I
Cold
think
War.
we should definitely have a.
I'm not saying entirely
allies-
pull out. I'm just saying we should definitely.
We should 100% ally with like if Russia like and us like team together with like one
We
other
couldn't,
country.
We couldn't.
One,
We have very.
one other country. If we had
we have opposite
Russia,
interests at
if
heart.
we had Russia and one other person, we could completely wipe out ISIS in like
No,
a
we have-
day.
The United States and Russia have opposite interests.
I know.
You know, 'cause we
I
have-
think we should invest.
They are
in-
not. We're not in a good area with Russia currently.
We need to
Yeah,
invest into
we-
more technology
we were-
warfare.
we
We need to
we had our
invest into
chance
more.
right after the Cold War when it was the guy's name Yeltsin. I think we definitely had a chance there to become better allies with Russia. But I think we've lost that with because
I think we
It's-
need to. I think we need to invest more in cyber technologies and stuff like that for warfare.
Yeah, you know,
we also need
Zach,
to.
what I'm talking about with
Yeah.
the warfare, when I'm talking about not having troops on the ground, but having drone strikes and stuff.
Drone strikes?
Somebody can be sitting in a minivan, 1,000 miles away from somewhere, piling in a drone that is taking out, doing much more damage that a team of Americans could do, trying, almost losing their
Mhm.
lives.
war has
what I
entirely-
want. I
never
want your
since war-
thoughts. I want your thoughts on something, guys. Child soldiers in foreign countries.
Oh,
That's just you
It
can't
really-
stop
it
stuff
depends.
like that.
Cultural
It really
difference.
depends.
It's really a cultural difference. 'Cause
It's not. It's not on America that we're doing that. It's on the countries that are doing that.
Yeah, and
It's not. It's not necessarily the countries that it's happening in. It's the groups that is conducting it. Like it's terrorist organizations, not the country
like,
themselves.
Assad, like all those countries that are like especially specifically, and like all those Africans.
I actually think that
they do
if
recruit,
these
like,
guys,
children.
if a lot of these child soldiers it's a lot of wasted potential that gets thrown away in these groups. I really do think that, because there was a similar experiment tried in the Second World War called the 12th Division, Panzer Division. They were made up of recruits that were probably around the age of 16 to 18, who grew up, during the time, and they were put in Normandy. They ended up holding probably back 10 Allied divisions for like a solid 2 weeks in the hedgerows. Like, they were some of the best trained things, and I
Do you
think
think-
it just shows, like,
No,
like,
Is Heike still on this chat?
if
Yeah.
someone
Or-
is determined enough to do further research into this, and if someone is determined to make stuff like this, it's so devastating, because if you take someone, you indoctrinate them from birth to fight for you and the cause, they will always fight for you. They're
You guys
like they're like robots. It's scary.
You guys heard
The
the thing
fact
of
that
the
someone could
person
do
who's
this.
just like that woman
I
who's
know.
kidnapped, and they put like a bunch of pamphlets for like their like military group or whatever, and like they just put her in like a closet with a bunch of pamphlets for their military group, and after they let her out, she just like wanted to join them.
I have such
It's like Stockholm syndrome.
I don't know why, but I have like a weird like plan like of how we could use like automated, like not really automated, like just like robots like in the
What are you
army.
guys thinking about calling this podcast? It's kind of getting late.
All right, sure.
I mean, it's technically called the KGB podcast. Doesn't really make much.
Yeah, let's
Alright.
stop that for tonight, guys.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
you know
thank
what?
you all for
Sam,
watching.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Can you edit that one part out? If you can, that would be great.
I'm
The
not the one-
anti-Semitic part.
I'm not
Yes.
recording.
All right, I'll edit it. Sure.
Oh, actually, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I think a difference between one of the things that we have, especially in like Middle Eastern politics, with like Islam specifically, radical Islam is like a very extremely different culture, and it's kind of hard to understand. It's kind of hard to understand how do you fight them when you have no experience with any of them.
Yeah, I feel like
You don't know how they think.
one
you
of
don't
our
know anything.
problems with our current military is with our introduction system, like I was saying, how they make it look like a video game. The kids they go out to war with that kind of message in their head. They're thinking they're gonna go out there and have fun.
No, I have a very
And
libertarian-
the enemy that they're fighting, like radical Islam, the enemy that they're
You
fighting
can't tell.
is
The scary
willing
part
to
is
run into you with a bomb and suicide.
Yeah, for their
You,
bomb
you
you.
can't tell.
And
you
this
can't
is just a kid
and it's their
who
gun.
just
too.
wants
It's their
to have
entire
fun.
devotion to life, or if their entire devotion is to
You
murder
you cannot you can defeat an enemy, but you cannot defeat a people. You cannot defeat an idea.
That's what I mean. The
Yeah.
Japanese. That's basically the same with the Japanese war too. They were all.
Unless
They
you
were,
IP
they were
ban
an
them.
army
So
though. They weren't
brainwashed.
people. Imagine if Japan held out. You
Oh,
know
no,
how
they
many
were-
Purple Hearts the U.S. made in anticipation for the invasion of Japan?
No, it's-
500,000. We are still using some of the Purple Hearts that they made all the way back then. Now they anticipate
It makes
50 million. Like, I'm talking civilians.
I think
attacking.
I think it's really good to actually show the similarities between Imperial Japan and radical, because they are basically the same thing. They're very similar.
The Japanese
It's-
Empire literally
no, they
invented the thing
indoctrinated
called the
everyone
lunch
into
mine.
thinking. It's basically like North Korea. They indoctrinated their leader.
Sam, during the Second World War, Japan made an item called the lunge mine. You know what the lunge mine was? It was an anti-tank mine strapped to a bamboo pole. Japanese soldiers would run out of the bush and slam into U.S. tanks, and take their own lives with them. Imagine having to do that across the entire island of Japan, but instead of all the Japanese soldiers, it's most of the civilians blending in with the population.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's
carrying
another
out
thing.
attacks like that.
Civilians, when it's not just the military that's like is against you. It's also the civilians. Same with America. If you were trying to invade America, the people would not like that. So like, it's the same, because it's a lot of the thing with ISIS and everything is that it's not just that the thing with ISIS. It's not just a military coup. It's like not a everyone in those countries are Islamic, so it is way easier to indoctrinate.
Sam, what is your idea of unfair warfare? Like that outlawed warfare? What should be a war crime?
yeah,
What types of weapons should be
I
a war
think
crime?
Civilian fighters.
Civilian fighters are fine.
Civilian fighters.
I would
That's-
say
that's a
because
war
I
crime.
think
distinguish.
more-
You can't distinguish.
I think it's only if it's unwilling people. Like the draft, I don't agree with the draft at all. I think the draft is
Yeah, the draft
It's
is
bad. because
Is nuclear?
it's people
is
who,
a nuke-
who don't want to fight for your cause. So if you
Is a
people who
nuke-
don't want to fight for your cause,
Okay, you guys want to cut this because I actually think we accomplished a lot, and I think we can do that. We should do this again, definitely.
All right, sure.
Are nuclear weapons a war crime?
Yes.
I wouldn't say
if
that.
nuclear
Depends.
weapons would
it
be
depends on the
like
circumstance.
if nuclear weapons would be fine, like with the government, the world would have ended by now. And
I think nuclear weapons are a menace because they allow countries that are
Exactly.
evil to survive.
Depends on the circumstance.
If
Yeah.
there was not nuclear weapons in the world, trust me, the world would look a lot different from today. There would be nothing stopping us from achieving our goals.
but
I
think-
think we
once
need
again-
to invest in weapon systems like the Star Wars doctrine
all
to
right.
keep our nation
No, but
safe
thinking
from
about this
nuclear
again,
attacks.
it's like think about Japan again. We only won that war. We fucking used the
All right.
first
N-
weapon.
not
Let's-
necessarily.
Let's just
not
end the podcast
necessarily.
here. Let's end the podcast
Okay.
here.
Okay.
We'll talk about more next time. Thank you all for watching.
When's the next
Tune in next
podcast?
Bye.
Weirdly
We
political.
usually do it in like a week.
Okay, Case, edit out
Yeah,
those
very
parts,
political.
okay?
I will. All right. Bye.